My makeup then was cute. It was always like my makeup was never bad. It was cute, but like it was supposed to be a date. I don't even think it was a date. Was it a hookup? Ew, Felipé. People would just assume my sexual position. If I ain't touching you, it is not your business. But after that, I was like disgusted.
I can touch you the why you looking at me like that, you looking at me like that, you looking at me like that, you looking at me, why you looking at me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Felipé Charming. We're going to be doing a charming chat, which for those of you who are new here, have a seat, subscribe. It's pretty much a chit chat, get ready with me here on my channel. We're going to be discussing fear. I'm going to disclose what my fears are, why they're my fears, rejection, judgment, self-doubt. Damn, you're gaslighting you still. Okay, alright, that was corny. If you're interested in joining the conversation and getting ready with me, then keep on watching this video. Today's video, by the way, I'm going to be doing my makeup, if I didn't already say that, while I talk about fear. Fear, what it means to me, where it comes from, all the things. Oxford Languages Dictionary defines fear as an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or threat. That's the noun, and then the verb is be afraid of someone or something is likely to be dangerous, painful, or threatening. So fear to me means basically like I'm scared shitless, essentially. Aside from losing someone, my biggest fear, honestly, is being judged, being rejected. As a kid, Afro Latino, Garifuna, both of my parents are from Santa Fe, Honduras. You know, they migrated to New York, from New York to Florida, neither here nor there, whatever, you get it. Full disclosure, both of my parents are Afro Latino, both of them are Honduran, but both of them are black. So everybody's black. Makes sense? Part of that intersectionality, part of those cultures is like your image. As minorities, we're scrutinized in this country, and as black people, we're not only scrutinized in this country, we're scrutinized in this world. My people, my family was like super hypercritical. It wasn't always so much my parents, it was more so just like the bystanding family members. Obviously, being queer, being gay, if you're a part of the community, you know, you understand the rundown. For those of you who don't, why do you walk like that? Why are you dragging your words? You twist like a girl. Why do you like that? Boys do this, boys do that, boys don't cry, blah, blah, blah. Growing up in the early 2000s, being gay or being feminine or whatever, even in elementary school, it wasn't the thing, okay? And people were very ignorant. And to this day, people are still very ignorant. I was completely oblivious to for quite some time, just because I feel like I was surrounded by people who have sense. I'm losing, oh my god. So I do this thing, I go off topic. So like, I made sure to take notes this time, alright? So we're not gonna do that today, okay? I won't go into detail, but if you can read in between the lines, read in between the lines. But someone who inflicted trauma upon me as a child pretty much tormented me online for years. They tormented me and my friends. And they would bully me in person too, so it wasn't just online. But like the online aspects of it, especially like this was back when like social media was kind of like just becoming a thing. Which ironically now it's like I'm a creator online, but that made me very weary of what I posted, when I posted, how I posted, why I posted. I think to this day, if you notice, you look on my Instagram, I don't post like people like that because this person used to find my friends' pages, told my dark skin friend go bleach her skin, and told my other friend go fix her rainbow teeth, and just tormented me. Not only that, just like the homophobia in school was bad. One day that I will go without somebody asking me, like, is he gay? Or asking one of my friends, is he gay? If I didn't hear that for one day, I would be so happy. It'd be the best day ever. And it's like so sad that that was my experience. That's like the root of it that followed me throughout my life. That's actually why I didn't go off to college. I didn't want that experience in a dorm. I didn't want to be in a dorm room and all that stuff, but we gotta go there a different day. Anyway, it's so interesting because I was still myself. I was still super expressive. I had my own personality. I was still quirky. But like, in order for me to like showcase my identity, like 110%, I had to be comfortable with you first. I don't just walk into a room and showcase my entire personality. Like those of you who can do that, kudos to you. I am not one of those people. I have to warm up to you. Literally. I have to warm up to you before I can like let you see Felipé in my entirety. And I'm still like that to this day. I do feel like I'm somebody who's easy to get along with. I'm super funny and quirky, whatever, but I don't know. I'm not for everybody. Everybody is not for me. And that's okay. Obviously, like for me personally, homophobia was super, super traumatizing. Like getting bullied in high school was super traumatizing, even though like I never like nobody ever put hands on me aside from that one time. I'll link the story right here for those of you who haven't seen it. And the way that my trauma affected me was like that. I'm super selective. My circles are small. Not only that, because I didn't want to be judged. I didn't want people to judge me in school. I wouldn't do too much. I wouldn't say too much. I would really like shrink because I anticipate someone saying something negative. Obviously, I don't have perfect skin. Which I should have probably said that at the beginning of the video, but you guys get it. I do deal with acne and all of the things. Hold on, because I told myself I would do my brows earlier in my routine because I don't like being in my video without brows. I'm gonna do my brows right quick, and I'm back. Brows on, brows done, and yeah. So like I was saying, obviously I'm someone who's dealt with like adult acne. That already gave me a reason to be like subconscious. Growing up, I never dealt with acne like ever. I don't remember getting pimples until like college. I tried to shave my face without guidance. Instead of asking someone, I tried to do it myself. Literally took an eyebrow razor on my dry skin and literally it caused all this scarring on my face. So bad. That became like a massive insecurity for me. After I did that, like homecoming happened and prom happened. Obviously, there's so many pictures, and then I started to see it, and I was like, oh my god. So like all that judgment, that hyper judgment that like followed me throughout my life, I started to inflict that upon myself and saw like the scarring from the side. And obviously, like I became like super subconscious about it. Like that made me not really want to talk in front of people or like I was already scared about it. Then it's like I had physical reasons to be like scared of speaking in front of people. Aside from that, what really made me do like started doing a full face. That I used to just do like a little brow, a little under eye concealer, maybe a little bronze. But I remember going on a date with this guy that I thought was so cute, and he had like a complex. He had a complex, child. I felt like he was like low key colorist or whatever, but neither here nor there. He literally pointed out every single one of my physical flaws, like during our first date. Well, it was supposed to be a date. I don't even think it was a date. Was it a hookup? Yeah, Felipé. No, it was really like just us chilling. It wasn't even supposed to be like anything in particular. It was just really us chilling. Like I was like 19. I was a baby. He talked about the thing, like the scar, and it just made me like, oh. What the so that's around the time where I started really really like paying attention to my appearance. Even in the gay community, like people would just assume because I wear makeup, because I like Beyonce. And I mentioned this in other videos before. I'll link those here too. People would just assume my sexual position based on those things. They'll just assume. I'll just say it. They assumed I was bottom. And again, I'll never confirm whether or not that's true, child. It's not your business. If I ain't touching you, it is not your business. Just people assuming stuff like that, and I know like that goes into misogyny and all that stuff, because like the gays will do this thing where they bottom shame, but that also contributed to my insecurity, to me being subconscious or feeling like I have to act a certain way, or me becoming so reserved because of all this judgment. Thus, guys will literally reject me because they think I'm a bottom, or they think I'm too feminine, or they see the makeup and they assume they know how I act and how I am. Going after this job, I should have used one example because now I'm confusing y'all. But I remember going after this job. At this around this time, I was doing a lot of creative looks and stuff. So I was like really trying to apply for like a makeup job at a cosmetic place, and like I applied at Mac and Sephora and all the things. And because all I had was customer service experience, not necessarily retail, but like customer service, they was not rocking with me. I told this story on my channel before about how I went to this job interview for this makeup company or whatever. The only cosmetic related job I've ever done an interview for, a physical in person interview for. I went to work with makeup similar to what I'm doing now, but back then it probably wasn't as like my makeup then was cute. It was always like my makeup was never bad. It was cute, but like it's like regular boy makeup. I'll insert a picture of what it looked like here. But pretty much what she told me was like we understand that there are certain trends happening, but we'd like our men to have a lot less makeup because you're a male. Even though this is a cosmetic company, we don't want you wearing a whole lot of makeup, which that hurt deeply. Who gave you the authority on beauty, men's beauty, to even talk to me like that, Miss Thing? But after that, I was like disgusted by that brand in particular that shall remain nameless. Matter of fact, no, ain't no remain nameless. Kiko Milano. I had an interview at Kiko Milano. It was like a new store. This was at the Sawgrass Mills Mall, which I had another incident happen at that place, which put fear in my heart, which is why I quit the job. I'll put that story here too. Wow, we're linking a lot of content in this video today. Anyway, so that pretty much told me, like, okay, is this what guys hear at these jobs all the time? Which was like ironic because at that time, especially around that time, that's when like James Charles was really popping, but James was really in his bag, so I guess that's why she felt like she could say that to me. Patrick was really like popping. Patrick Star is still popping. Don't get me wrong. Her. Yeah, it just really took it personally. It just was really discouraging. And so like, especially like, this is my first time being in one of these rooms, but I guess she probably, that hurt, really hurt. Now that I think about it, they probably saw this customer service experience and thought this dude has no, like, he's not gonna come here wearing makeup. But then they saw me and it was like, it became a thing. And I feel like it was specifically her wording because she said, we want our men to have a good, like a good image or something like that. And to me, it read as, so you're telling me that this is a bad image or this is a bad reflection or whatever of your brand, and it's just like that shit hurts. So I was like, okay, this world isn't for me either. So then I thought that I would just post content and I just blow up and become this super successful thing. Mind you, I've had my successes on social media. I've worked with like phenomenal brands that I love, but this isn't my bread and butter just yet. But I wanted to be. I've wanted this for so long, and I'm somebody who's in the thick of it right now. Literally, I'm figuring it out. This is just me explaining like how fear has like really like controlled my life for such a long time. I can go on for days, but these are like the major moments in my life that really like cemented that fear of judgment and rejection. That hurt, and I was like, I felt so hopeless because I was working this job that I was so miserable at, and it's like I didn't want to go back to that kind of work, and then it's like I ended up going back to that kind of work a few times. So I gave up in a sense on like the makeup dream. Just like crazy, like when I say that out loud. Now I know and I've learned so much and understand that that was not about me, but I took that rejection to heart. I literally, I should have had this mirror up the whole time, Joe. Did me, I used to allow fear to like stop me from going into these rooms and trying to get these jobs. And people would say, "Oh my God, you should come to this event, go to that event." But I always felt like I wasn't good enough. Like I just always felt like I don't know. I talked myself out of it because I was so scared. Now, here's the crazy part. So, in a sense, I put my fear before myself, before my hopes and my dreams and everything that I wanted in my life. I put fear first. And I hid. I ran and I hid. Because what I didn't know and understand about fear is that you can feel all of that nervousness, that anxiety, that uncertainty, or that discomfort. You can feel all of that and still do things. Like, I didn't know that. And that sounds so crazy. But for me, it was also like debilitating. Like, I remember doing presentations in school and like heart was beating out of my chest and I felt like I was gonna pass out. But I didn't know that I could feel all of that and do things anyway. As an adult and at this stage in my life, I've just always known like this is what I was supposed to be doing. This right here, what I'm doing right now, this is what I was supposed to be doing. And I neglected myself, my wants, my needs, and all. Like everything I wanted out of fear. And I used to allow people who meant well, never meant, anything bad, but people close to me, family members, friends, like I would let them allow people to plant seeds of doubt, speak fear into my dreams, into my aspirations, and it's my life. But like I allowed that to contribute to the fear that I had already felt. Um, so it's like how now I'm nervous to talk about this. I'm nervous to get this personal. I'm nervous and I'm like I don't know, I'm hesitant as hell. People hate watch and things like that. But again, I for a long time I prioritized those people. I changed how I operated because of those people. You know, I remember there was a time when I was on YouTube, that was just my corny, loud, quirky, goofy, bubbly, weirdo self. And then YouTube became the thing to do, and that's where the shift kind of happened with me. Like once everybody kind of hopped on the platform, hopped on the wave, so to speak. Like I don't know, I started to become the shy, reserved version of me on YouTube. Granted, you know, obviously, like as we grow up, at least for me, I grew up and I became more reserved. At the same time, it's okay to protect your energy. I think that is super, super, super important. Certain things I don't think is someone for someone to teach you. I think certain things you just kind of have to experience and go through and realize on your own. And that's kind of like my fear for me is one of those things. Being someone who has to read the room before I can, you know, I mean, you got to read the room and know how to operate, know how to move. I think certain things either you know or you don't. It is what it is. The girls who get it, and the girls who don't won't. So how's you guys this day going? I'm Grimmy. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about how I plan on using my fear to get everything that I've ever wanted. And I am a firm believer in words of affirmation. It's also one of my love languages. I allow people to speak fear over me in my dreams, my hopes, my wishes, and scare me out of doing things. I used to always need a cosign for like the way that I would express myself creatively. Sorry if the camera keeps shifting. There's like a line of demarcation, this shadow right here is really bothering me. This is exactly what we're talking about. I'm so like such a perfectionist. I want to walk into the room looking perfect so that you don't have shit to say. I think that my fear of judgment has created this complex, if you will, of me like being a perfectionist. And I think in a lot of ways, like had I not had the insecurities, had I not had those moments, had I not had this, had I not had that, I wouldn't be the person that I am. And I wouldn't know how to do makeup. I wouldn't have perfected my skill if people didn't criticize every single little imperfection about my makeup. I'm going to use my fear to take over the world. I'm going to use my fear when I'm scared of something that is to my benefit that's going to push me to grow. I know that that's what I need to be doing. Like this video, haven't done a chit chat, get ready with me like this in a long time. The last time I tried to do this, I was talking about housewives. The video got like 43 views. I have 9,000 subscribers. By the way, I said thank you on Instagram in my Insta story, but not here. Thank you guys so much for 9,000 subscribers. I don't wear blush every day, but I'm wearing it for this video. It's not even blush, it's really eyeshadow. Huge shout out to Ace Beauty. They sent me this palette. This is their Vintage Dawn by Ace Beauty palette. This color selection is so my vibe. You guys know I haven't even been wearing eyeshadow like that in the past few years because I haven't been wearing makeup like that. It's the pandemic and it's like working from home, all the things. Or not working from home. They sent me this cup too. And it says beauty for all and has the accent over the E just like my name. Time is of the essence and I kind of have run out of conversation. So I'm gonna finish up some of the minor details of my makeup and then I'm gonna come back and wrap the video up. All the products I use in this video will be linked down below. So with that being said, whether I'm gonna get rejected by this person, good or bad, good reason, bad reason, whatever. So whether that's a breakup, a job you didn't get, whatever, it's not personal to you. It has nothing to do with you, it has everything to do with them. Changing who you are to appease and accommodate someone else is not, should not be the thing to do. Not doing that anymore. At all. Anywho, now we're done for real. I love you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.